Hello again, and welcome to another episode of My Point of View. I'm MCSN Veronica Mammina, and today I'm here with Corporal Dennis Zimmerman. He is a plane captain with the AV-8B Harrier Squadron VMM 166, and is currently temporarily a messman in the wardroom here on the ship. Hello, Corporal.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So, to get started, how did you get your job as a messman?
In our shop, we do a rotation from the Marines that do not have the CDI, which is Collateral Duty Inspector, which we do just a rotation of whose turn it is to go taxed out for the next 30 days out of the shop.
Really? So how did you feel when you were told you're going to go and be a messman?
I just took it and went with it, and it was my turn to go, so just have to go day by day and get through it.
So tell me a little bit about what it's like to work in the wardroom.
Well, once all the meals and stuff are served, you gotta what they call flood the deck, and it's literally flooding the deck.
Really?
You fill the deck full of water and soap, and you start scrubbing it until it's clean. And then you gotta squeegee all the water up and to the drains on the floor. And after that, that's when you start scraping off the dishes and the pans and make sure they're all clean.
Wow, that's awesome. It sounds like a very interesting experience, I'm sure.
It is. It's different, big time.
All right. So, what motivates you, Corporal?
Just one day closer to getting back to my job and working towards more quals and becoming a better career when I get out of the Marine Corps.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. What kind of licenses?
The AMP license, which is airframes and power plants, which is just something you can use to go work for major airliners.
Very nice. That's awesome. So, here's a question that I like to ask to all of my guests when they come on the show.
Okay.
What is one thing that you're afraid of?
I'm scared of heights.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Just something I've always been afraid of, even before the Marine Corps. Just ever since I was younger, I've just been scared of heights.
So you would never be able to be a hot air balloon operator? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Could, but I'd rather not.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Well, that's all the time we have left here on the show. Thank you for coming in, Corporal. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Back to you, MC3.
I am Corporal Dennis Zimmerman, and that is my point of view.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of My Point of View. I'm MCSN Veronica Mammina, and today we're here with Aviation Ordnanceman Airman Ajane Hill, who works with the G3 Division. Hello, Airman Hill.
How you doing?
Doing well. So basically, Airman Hill deals with the magazines and bombs on the ship. She directly works with the transportation of bombs and ammunition to the Marines and whoever else needs it on the ship. So today I'm here to ask you a few questions about your job.
Okay.
So how did you get your job?
Pretty much, once I came on board, I was assigned to G3 Division. That's basically how it goes. Normally with everyone else, you start from G3, and you get assigned to a mag, and all the mags deal with different things. Like 9 is missiles mostly. You have pyrotechnics stuff in 4, and then my mag, Cargo 5, is bombs.
Wow. You ever get scared something's gonna blow up?
No. I'm kind of used to it by now. Still, we preach complacency and safety, though.
Very nice. That's great to hear. Complacency does kill. So on an average day, what is it like to be in your shoes?
Sometimes it can be real calm. Sweepers, maintenance, sometimes it can be real hectic. Depending on gun shoots or if the Marines have training, we're big on accountability. Everything falls on our shoulders. We have QAs and other people, higher-ups, we have to go to and make sure everything's done correctly. Just go smooth.
Really? That's interesting. Wow. So do you plan on making this a career for yourself?
I do. I want to be a chief warrant officer, hopefully a gun boss.
Really? Just like your lieutenant, right?
No, Pusini, yes.
Very nice. Why is that? You have any passion for?
I don't know. It's been my goal since I started. haven't wanted to do anything else. Master Chief didn't ring a bell, you know, wanted to go higher.
Seems legit. Seems legit. Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have left on the show. Thank you for coming in. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Back to you, MC3.
I'm AOAN Ajane Hill, and this is my point of view.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of My Point of View. I'm MCSN Veronica Mammina, and today we're here with AS2 Chad Lucas. Hello, AS2.
How you doing, Mammina?
Doing well, thank you. So, I'm here to ask you a few questions about your job and what it is that you do here on the ship. So, to begin, how did you get your job?
Well, I first heard about it in boot camp. I was pretty much going undesignated, and I've always liked working on cars and, you know, mechanical stuff. So they brought this out. They told me that it was, you know, I'd be working with diesel and turbines and, you know, overall mechanical stuff. So I said, that sounds good to me. Signed up for it.
Nice. Is this something that you would want to do as a career or what?
Yeah. Before the Navy, I always thought about being a mechanic, and I always, like I said, liked working on stuff. So I'm going to take the skill set that I get from the Navy, the knowledge, and then take it out to the civilian world.
Seems like a plan. All
Yeah.
right. So, on an average day, what is it like to be in your shoes?
Well, we troubleshooters, just three of us. We work up on the flight deck, and we
What does GSC mean?
ground support equipment.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny because there's another rate that's actually GSCs, and there's a guy in the LCAC division that does gas turbines.
Okay.
So they see this, and some people think that we're them, but it's really just like an acronym that I021 came up with. So it's
Okay.
ground support equipment, and it's all the stuff in the hangar bay. If it's got wheels and it's not an aircraft, it's pretty much owned by GSC.
All right.
The tow tractors, the forklifts, the Tilly, the fire truck.
What's the Tilly?
Tilly's the big white crane up on the flight deck, or it's also called the crash crane. If you get your air warfare, or you'll figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I understand that you do work on the flight deck, and it might be scary sometimes. So what motivates you every day to do your job?
I kind of don't really think about the danger of it. I'm not saying I'm complacent about it, but I'm just like, I kind of put that in the back of my head, and just, you know, I know what safety precautions to take while we're up there, and you know, I stay clear of the foul line, make sure, you know, when props are rotating, and just kind of, it's kind of like second nature now, you know. So I would say that my family motivates me, just knowing that I'm out here, like making a better life for me and my wife. You know, that I would say that's what motivates me every morning, to get up and, you know, go do what I need to do, get the job done.
Awesome. That's great. So I ask all of my guests this every time they come to the show. So in general, what is one thing that you're afraid of?
One thing I'm afraid of? Let's see. It's kind of funny, but I hate needles. Like, absolutely hate needles.
Really? So
Yeah.
do you faint every time that you get your blood
I try
test?
and put on a good show, but I'll be, like, as I'm up in line, I'll be, you know, talking a lot, you know, pretty much acting nervous, and, you know, as soon as I sit down, I'll just make a joke, and then I'll look the other way because, you know, I hate giving blood or needles or anything like that. It's not that it hurts. I don't know. It's just like, I guess you'd say a phobia. So that's pretty much one of the things I'm scared
Like your
of.
pet peeves, sort of?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have left here. So thank you for coming into the show. It was a pleasure to have you. Back to you, MC3.
I'm AS2 Chad Lucas, and this is my point of view.